your Asher, my Asher encourage Beska, even if it's F's over his whole family art. Yeah, I know. I think he's sort of he understands that the whole thing that's the thing. Like to Asher, Beska is his family too. Beska's been his family. Like when he basically was exiled from Ironwrath. So Beska's like a sister to him. So I guess in his eyes, she's just as much a part of his family as the rest of his blood family is. So it's like choosing between family over family. I don't think he can really do that. I don't think that he can make that choice. It's like it's not exactly the same. But yeah, I mean it's basically like choosing between your sister and, another family member to him, I think. Um, that if he just abandons Beska like that. So it's the worst of two evils, the lesser of two evils. Pick your poison. I think in that moment he's just going from moment to moment. And right now, at this moment in time, Beska's the only family that he has other than his uncle. Um, and I think he feels that he's going to screw over his family one way or another. So if he's living in the moment and not necessarily looking at the big picture all the time, because I don't think Asher necessarily is looking at the grand scheme all the time and always that forward thinking. He's just, let's deal with what's happening now, and whatever comes next, we'll deal with it at the time. That's sort of how I've been playing Asher. And at this moment in time, Beshka, his family sister, or whatever you want to call it, needed to do this. And he was like, okay, I'm not going to encourage you one way or another. The queen should have been told about this. Doing nothing is a choice too. Yeah, that is true. Very good. That is precisely my point. Doing nothing is a choice too. Why do people call it Beshka even when the other characters call her Beska? Beska. I don't know why. It's Beska. Excuse me. My pronunciation is horrible. I know, but it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right for me, and I don't think it feels right for Asher either, because I don't think Asher agrees with what Beska did. I think I fully explained that. I don't think Asher believes that what Beska's doing right, but it's not for. He doesn't feel it's for him to to interfere or to get involved. Sometimes doing nothing is the best you can do. I believe that as well. I mean to say, Liam, my apologies, Angel. I didn't mean that you can't. I understand, Liam. I understand if you passionately disagree with what I did, because I don't passionately agree with what Beska did, and I don't think Asher passionately agrees with what Beska did either. But he didn't feel that it was his call necessarily. He'll probably be very upset and angry at Beska if it ends up screwing over the rest of his family, and he's gonna have to have Beska deal with it with him. Why did you do? How could you do this to my family by going against what Croft was saying? Blah blah blah. We'll see what happens, folks. We will see what happens. Wow, you guys are very, very talkative about this subject. I wonder if you can't go through the entire game without saying a word. I think you have to say something. I know that somebody made a series. Somebody made a Telltale Games Walking Dead Season 1 series called Mute Lee, where he basically did the whole playthrough with Lee picking all of the mute choices, but he still speaks. He still speaks because in the story, he automatically responds to things or talks about things, but I think the guy conveniently edited all of those parts out, all of the parts where Lee is forced to say something, just to keep him mute. But I think it's an interesting playthrough to watch him being completely mute. I'm burying Beska the first chance I get. I tried, you can't, that's cold swag. She's too emotional. I agree. Oh yeah, I totally believe she's too emotional and she's not thinking straight. I mean, she'd outright attacked him, so he of course thinks that she's being He definitely thinks that she's being compulsive, but Asher just didn't want to get involved. My Asher's just as emotional impulsive as Beska. Maybe she will get over it now. Maybe. I mean, I think normally when you're bent on revenge, normally it makes things worse, not better, but we shall see. Which is why they get together so well and they stayed together for so long. This is the beautiful thing about this. I have a completely different interpretation. Thank you, Shogun. I think Asher made a right choice. Perhaps Asher would have done the same. I would have done the same if I were her. There is no right or wrong answer. So would you kill her for being emotional about someone who tortured her all her life? I had felt Beska was too bent on revenge at that point. If I let her kill her, then it would have left a gap in her. Oh yeah, I think Asher believes that too. And I think that Asher believes that Beska's not going to be able to sleep at night for this still. I think maybe she even made things worse for herself. But Asher's like, this is her choice, and she has to, you know, pay the consequences of whatever her decisions are. He kind of has to let her. Sometimes as a loved one, as a parent, you have to let your kids fail. Sometimes you have to let them fall. You can't always be there to stop them from doing. You can't always be there to save them and stop them from doing every little thing that they want to do, because sometimes the only way that they'll learn is if they actually make a stupid decision and fall, and hope that that decision is not a permanent decision, hope that that decision is not a fatal decision. And sometimes that's just the only way people are going to learn. And I think Asher kind of knows that. She has every right to be emotional about this. This was an incredibly traumatic experience. No army to fight the sellsword army from King's Landing now. Only 20 guards and townspeople. Asher knows his family could be killed on a whim. That's why his uncle said he needs an army. I know, Solar. I know. But Beska is the family that he has now. That's what Asher is. He's thinking about the now. Right now, Beska is the only real family that he has besides his uncle. Because before all of this happened, I think that Asher didn't necessarily expect to get his other family back. I don't think he necessarily expected to be welcomed or to return back to Ironrath before this. He was with his new family now, his sister, basically. So he doesn't even have his current family physically with him at the moment. He's still out there trying to help his blood family. But Beska is his family now, this moment. And I think for now, that's all that matters to Asher at this moment. Again, not very forward thinking, but that's how I'm role-playing the character. Danny said that she wanted the slaves to deliver their own revenge. The way I see this, Beska as a former slave was doing just that. I understand your reasoning behind it. Your decision is fine. I let Beska kill him, but so Liam did let Beska kill him, but if you want to do that choice, doing just nothing, realistically a person would make a choice. No, I think a lot of people, when they're put into a situation like that, a lot of people would freeze and maybe not do anything. I think there's a lot of very not traumatic, but there's a lot of things that you can't help but just watch. You can't just help but watch and not involved. I think there's a lot of people who might see a fight, for example, who might see two people get a fight. How many people do you think would not get involved when they see two people fighting? You know? Or even worse, if you were witness to to someone trying to kill someone, I'd like to believe that a lot of people would do something about it, would actually take action and do something about it, but I would not be very surprised if there are people here who just would watch. Not because that they condone the murder, not because they want to see someone kill someone else, but just because they physically can't move. they're frozen. They can't act. Like, this is a situation that they're not used to. Like, oh my gosh, am I actually seeing this? It's like watching a train wreck. You're inactive. You can't do something. So I disagree with that. I think that is extremely realistic, and I think a lot of people, given in a similar situation, would not know what to do and would just feel like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I help the person? Should I not help the person? Should I encourage them? Should I not encourage them? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so all you can do is just stand there and watch, because you're still processing in your head, what am I going to do? And then finally, the opportunity to do something is over. I think that's very realistic. Totally happens in real life. Danny said that she wanted the slave to deliver his own message. The way I see it, Beskha as a former slave was doing just that. Also, not to be mean, but you are protecting your morals. You are projecting your morals into Asher. I don't think so. I don't think Asher's morals and my morals are the same. I think that I might share half of Asher's morals, but he and I are definitely very different people. And he and I, there's definitely been a lot of things that I've had Asher do that I would not have done in the same situation. So I disagree with that. Asher and I are our morals are definitely not the same. We have similar ones. I dare say half of our morals are similar, maybe a little bit more than half. But there's certainly things that I've had him do that I wouldn't have done. I would have stopped Beskha. If I was in Asher's position, I would have stopped her. So that in and of itself kind of proves that I'm not projecting my morals on him, because my morals would have probably stopped Beskha. Whereas Asher, the character that I'm playing, did not. He chose to stay out of it. I don't know, but I can already see I have to choose between Malcolm and Beskha. I'm kind of seeing that too. Choosing between my sister and choosing between my uncle. Well, I had to choose. I did that last episode, so is the game going to make me do that again? I don't know. And my mind is already made up. I think emotional thoughts or thinkings were not driving Beskha. It was more revenge and eager to kill him. I agree with you, Carson. And I think my Asher agrees with you too. But that doesn't mean that Asher was going to interfere. I would choose Malcolm, but would not condemn Beskha. I don't know, but I like Malcolm. The way I play, I decide on a personality for each of the individual characters and try to play them as faithfully to that personality as I can, which I am honestly trying to do. I'm trying to make each of my characters different personality-wise as not. I'm not imposing my own in real life ideals to every character, because that would make every character basically the same. Exactly. I think my Mira is very different from my Asher, and I think those two are very different from my Roderick. I believe they are, and all three of them are very different from my Ethan. Definitely. Revenge was driven by emotion. I think that's entirely reasonable. I think Hart plays in a similar fashion. My Asher feels close to Beskha than the family who has left him. Feels closer to Beskha than the family who has left him to rot on the other side of the world, including his uncle who hasn't seen in years. It's great that someone could have two completely different interpretations of a fully voiced character. That's exactly true, Mike Shogun Lee. I also get into the characters, but sometimes I can't help but choose a personal option. But Asher's mother said Asher exiled himself. Yeah, but it's one family member over three. I don't think Asher was thinking about that in that moment, Bradley. On hindsight, yeah, it's easy to see that math, but at that moment, when you had to have a split second to make a decision, it's easy for us to say 3 versus 1. That makes sense. It's very reasonable after the fact, when you have time to think about it. But when you're thrown into that situation in that moment, you're not necessarily thinking logically. You don't have time to really weigh those things, weigh those decisions right at that moment. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, I actually understand completely now the silent option. If anything else, it makes a lot of sense with what you want to do. So I respect that. I actually kind of like the no choice. Well, that's very nice of you, Liam. You still are allowed to not like the silent choice. You are definitely allowed to not like it, and you're definitely allowed to stand by your choice too. I'm not trying to convince you to, choose what I choose or like what I choose. I'm just trying to explain the reasoning behind what I chose. Oh, Elizabeth, I don't know when you came back, but there's a lot. We've been talking up a storm. You guys, this is the beauty of this game. I'm glad that we're having this open dialogue right now, and it's really great. I like this part of the live stream. Even though I apologize for pausing the game, and but I think that having this conversation, having this open dialogue is very important, and it's very unique for a live stream versus me just sitting down and playing a game by myself, is that we can have these discussions and we can analyze these characters and we can argue our positions and justify one choice versus the other. I like that, and I like that I'm able to talk to you guys, debate with you guys, discuss with you guys. And if you guys didn't choose what I chose, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not, because maybe for your Asher, it was right for your Asher. My Asher is probably just different from your Asher. And there's Malcolm. Danny said if you disobey Croft, she would kill Malcolm. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it too. There's a lot of things there are a lot of bridges we're going to cross when we get to that. There's a lot of bridges to cross. If there would be a choice to leave Essos and Beska, I would stay, let your uncle save Ironrath, and I would pick two. What are you pick, chat? I kind of sad that she just can't get her revenge when Daenerys lets the people have their justice and the game railroads you into one or the other. Ooh, something big's happened, I see, yes. I don't think I have ever picked the silent option in a Telltale game. You don't have to. I personally like the silent options because for me, quite often, to me it feels right. And I don't think I've ever chosen a silent option in a Telltale game and have been disappointed in it. I think every time I chose a silent option, I was very happy with it, very happy at the result. But you don't have to. You don't have to pick a silent option. To quote Solas, action is not inherently better than inaction. Very true. Beska has been there for him for a lot longer than Malcolm has, so I feel that he would be a lot more loyal to her, at least my Asher is. Choosing her battle wisely at the moment. Exactly, at the moment. Something someone pointed out to me is what Daenerys said, the people of Meereen will have their justice, but Beska is from Meereen. That is an interesting point. In most cases, killing isn't right, but it's sometimes necessary. That's one of my fave Solas quotes, to be honest. He said Malcolm raised him, not his father, Nameless Wolf. Yeah, he did raise him. That is true. So yeah, he has loyalty to his uncle as well. The problem is, Beska's the one that he's been with consistently for the last several years. That's the problem. Family is, it's tough. I don't know what's going to happen if I have to choose between the two again. I said that silent playthrough thing. I did see that silent playthrough thing, but with The Walking Dead Season 2, Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, and Game of Thrones, I get that, but he hasn't seen Malcolm since the banishment. Beska has been there for him from that point on. You guys have very good points, like left and right, both sides. You guys make very good points. But was it worth it though? Well, just means I get to see another Let's Play from a different perspective. There we go. Being too emotional is not a justification to bury a traumatized woman, though. I love Beska, and my Asher will romance her the first chance I get. I mean, he gets. I'm pretty sure he's gay, Mike. Really? Asher? Gay? I don't know if I got that from him. I don't know. I actually don't know. Who's to say? Asher and Arthur. They would make a really cute couple. Asher and Arthur. Arsher. Okay, that's it. I'm shipping it. Arsher. Arsher. Wow. Okay. I don't know yet, but I will try for it to show. Oh, you can't be like what I did in that decision. You won't like what I did in my decision in Charles. You'll be like, oh my, no comment, Carson. Carson, I don't think I have ever been angry at any of your decisions that you've made, because your decisions are your own. I think the only time I ever got angry at you is when you paused the game specifically to decide a choice. I think that was the only time I got upset at you. But other than that, none of your choices, I don't get angry at anybody's choices. If you choose to do A or B, awesome! If you choose someone different from me, great! I get to see the other choice that I didn't pick. So I'm actually happier when you choose the stuff that I don't choose, Carson, because I get to see the other side. So I don't get upset. I don't think I've gotten upset in any of your decisions because your decisions are your own, just like other people's decisions when they play the game are their own. I'm not gonna judge them for one or another or give them a hard time about it. Well, in our introduction, she wanted to. What? I could be wrong, but I think she is. But I agree, vengeance taints the wielder as much as the victim. I do believe that myself. I suppose you could be right. I hope she is straight because I want her and Asher to get together, but I still have the suspicion that they can be. Maybe she's bi, who knows? One can dream. Well, I want to romance her too, so yeah. There we go, Elizabetta. Never defend your ship to the end. Shipper pride. I'm still shipping Kotato. Kotato. Reminds me of a quote Beskha says in episode 3. If you save Malcolm and tell Beskha it was because he's family 4 years, that's long I've had your back. I thought I was your family. Yeah, I remember that too. Kotato. They go into shock. Most famous example. Don't bother replying to AA. He is really behind in the chat. Yeah, you guys have definitely been sending a lot of messages. Studies have shown that the more people are witness to a horrible event, like someone getting beat up, the likelihood of someone in the crowd helping you decreases. That is interesting. Kind of that the likelihood of someone in the, yeah, if there's more people watching you, if there's more people watching, the more you're like, oh, somebody else will do it. Somebody else will stop it. Somebody else will break this up because there's all these options, right? You know, there's so many of us. So the chances of somebody to go out there, you know, surely somebody will come and break this fight up, will stop this from happening. So why does it need to be me? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Asher Forrester freezing up. Oh man, Art, that's kind of funny to see a cell horde whose life is killing and capturing for money freeze up. Pretty sure I've heard something like that before Canaris. What are we up to? Oh, Jovian. Oh, Jovian, we're up to a lot. Welcome. We're up to a lot. Big giant debate has been going on, Jovian. 3 people you don't care about versus 1 person you care about deeply. It's an easy choice for many. It's one of the reasons I like coming to your streams. Well, thank you, Sylph. Don't apologize, Hark. We weren't new to this. We know that what we are in for, and we come to your stream and we love it. Well, thank you, Canaris. I appreciate you saying that. People don't have to necessarily agree. I'm just saying thank you very much. Well, I think Beskha will have to justify her actions before Daenerys by telling her about her past. She is from Meereen. She'll go easy on her. All the better to prevent what happened to Beskha from happening to some other kid. Your live streams are my favorite because you actually talk and interact with us. Oh, thank you, Mellow Yellow. I'm glad. My Asher intervened and killed Beskha, Slave Master. I'm back. What did I miss? Oh, Carson. I always feel the silent option automatically makes you choose a side, like with Malcolm saying Beskha knows Meereen. Yeah, it should. I mean, there has to be a resolution, right? So you choose a choice, and some default resolution happens. And I think that's true to real life as well. He's still talking about his choice. I only ever picked the silent option in a Telltale game when Clementine asked, talk to Carter. Yes, Snarky Clem. Love Snarky Clem, Carson knows. I just ignored him the entire time and was rude. Hey, Nelsonian, glad you were able to come. You forgot the time I reset a chapter in Walking Dead when I made that choice. Well, Carson, what's done is done. I'm not gonna dwell on it. I said she, not he. I think Beskha is gay. Oh, Beskha's... Maybe. I can see that. Maybe. I can see that. I don't want to, like, play into stereotypes, but, you know. Asher can't be gay because he had a thing... Oh, he could be bi, but... He had a thing with Gwyn Whitehill. If he likes guys, he would have been bi or pan or something, which he still could be, but I'm not holding my breath. You reset the chapter, Carson. I thought you paused the game and thought about it. So how long has AA been answering the chat now? Okay. I love the choices. Sounds like that in the right time. Did you make a decision that generated some uproar? Yeah, you could say that, Jovian. And when you rewatch this episode, you'll understand why. I love choices like that, big and small. I like discuss not punching Kalisha in my ME3 because it's important to me to explain why I made that choice. Yo, Hark, be sure to check out Storm6's channel. He's new on YouTube and makes awesome YouTributes. Remind me about that afterwards, Nelsoni, and I'll try to check him out. Snarky Clem, no comment. It's not like people reset chapters in Heavy Rain. It's not like people didn't reset chapters in Heavy Rain. Welcome back to the present, AA. Thank you, Shogun. Okay, so many characters in the Telltale game. Imagine if they all had a character creation like in Dragon Age Inquisition. We'd still be watching Hark moving nose sliders. And now I have to constantly press refresh. Sigh. Sorry, Kiachira. We are back. So I'm going to give you a few seconds and then I'm going to resume. Okay. Let's get back to the gameplay and see how much more we can screw up our family. Beska.
What is this place? An old hunting camp.
Oh good, we're back to Garrett and
sure?
Kotato.
I know the signs, alright. It's abandoned.
Here. Let me take a look at it.
Oh, poor Cotter. Look at it. I'm not gonna poke at it.
How bad is it?
I might have something that'll help.
Just hurry up.
I'm not gonna poke at it. Apply poultice. Can we clean it first?
Ow!
Just relax, will ya?
What is that stuff? Ugh, it smells like sick cow.
The maester at House Forrester used it on my leg once. I'm not sure what it is, actually.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Hold that there.
You almost done.
Apply bandages. I don't want to poke it.
Oh,
He suffered enough.
does it have to be so tight?
It does if you don't want to bleed to death.
Yes, Maester.
That's sexy evil, Maester, to
Got
you.
anything to drink?
This far north and I still have to fetch the fucking wine.
Some water or something? Please.
I'll see what I can find.
Garrett would make a sexy Maester, but I wouldn't think he would make a very good sexy evil Maester. Garrett's a good guy. This would be very interesting if Finn was still around. Don't give any spoilers if that's the case. But if Finn was still around, this whole thing would be very interesting. But if that's the case, it would be cool to see, I guess, this playthrough that doesn't have
You
him.
find any water?
I'm working
yet.
on it. I'm working on it. I guess I have to go look in this hut.
Whoever was living here must have left. Too bad they didn't leave anything behind.
Plot twist, Garrett is the evil Maester in disguise. Garrett's a dear lad. Gasp. My Garrett don't love Cotter. Oh, your Garrett doesn't like Cotter? Aw. Garrett is my favorite. I play him very horrible. Oh, very honorable. Excuse me. Very honorable. Look at the spears.
Someone's still living here.
Token. Oh, it's a bear token.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, it was on that tree.
Don't move.
Oh, great.
I'm warning you. Or I'll gut you like a fucking fish. You do look like a sad little fish, don't you? That happen a lot. I can fix it for you. Won't take long.
But my friend is hurt. We're just looking for a place to rest.
There are others with you.
It's just the two of us.
Is that...
Garrett!
Just let us go. We'll leave. That's what you want, isn't it?
Cotter?
Sylvie.
Oh, thank the Maker. Thank the Maker,
You're
they know each
alive.
other.
I told you I'd come back.
Oh, good.
Who is this?
I'm glad I didn't attack
He's a
her.
friend.
You brought a crow here.
I had to.
You planning on introducing us, Cotter?
I would have said that nicer.
Right.
A little nicer, Garrett.
This is my sister, Sylvie. She's the reason I brought you here.
Oh.
She can take us to the North Grove.
Oh. Okay. Well then... I like this girl. She tried to kill me. But everything's forgiven because she can help my family because Asher's not doing such a great job right now, so... Because Garrett's aware of what Asher's doing right this moment. Of course he is. They're just psychically connected like that. They've got that bond. They've got the...
Lord Roderick,
Gasher.
Lisa.
Gasher has a bond.
Roderick, may I have a word? Thank you for accepting my father's invitation. I wasn't certain you'd come, but it's a good thing you did.
Be honest with me. Am I in danger here?
My father honors guest right, just as you do.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to trust my life to that?
I told you I'd try to talk sense into my father.
Okay.
And you did your part, putting up with Griff. I know how difficult that must have been for you. But it will all be for nothing unless you listen to what my father has to say. You need to take him seriously today, which means keeping a level head and thinking before you jump to conclusions.
Don't patronize me, Gwyn.
I'm not. I'm warning you. Tread carefully today.
Oh no, because
There are lords who wield power, and lords who like to make a show of it.
These walls hold 1,000 years of Whitehill history.
1,000 years of bloodshed.
I don't feel good
But our
about
houses
this.
were close once, and could be again. So much of our history has been lost.
It's so stressful playing this game
Shall we get on with it?
The Great Hall is this
because
way.
I feel like one false move, I can just one false action, and it's just.
Your soldiers seem on edge.
Well, what do you expect? The way they see it, the enemy is within their walls.
There's only 3 of us. I didn't bring an army with me like I could have.
What's this?
Is that our family? No, wait.
Milady?
Who is that?
Give us a moment.
Wait, whose family is that?
Is this your family?
Oh, it's her family.
Shortly before Griff was born.
Your father doesn't smile much, does he?
He used to, when my mother was still alive.
Is that your mother?
Yes. Though I hardly remember her. She died not long after this was made.
That must be you.
Mm.
A much younger me. Yes.
You look a bit like your mother now.
Brothers.
Are these your brothers?
The eldest 3, yes. Carl died of grayscale a few years ago. Ebbett's at the Citadel. Torrin serves Roose Bolton.
Ebbett's at the Citadel.
Griff, of course, wasn't born yet.
Ebbett apparently traveled to the future, to the Mass Effect universe. That would
My
be a
brothers
twist.
were never kind to Griff. He was boastful, gullible, and quick to anger. But my father always defended him. A Whitehill is a Whitehill, he'd say. Come on. We mustn't keep my father waiting.
This is gonna be just as stressful as Cersei. Okay, eye on the prize. Ryan. The goal is to get Ryan out. Eye on the prize. That's what we're trying to do right now. Mass Effect Game of Thrones crossover.
Where's your father?
Strange. I'll go find him.
Ooh, the Citadel is where they train all the evil maesters and make them all sexy.
I don't like this.
If you were not sexy or evil before, go to the Citadel and we'll fix that.
Don't show fear. That's what he wants.
Ryan for Griff, that's still our plan.
I'll follow your lead, my lord.
Okay, you do
Let's
that.
have a look around, see what we find.
Bread and salt. Okay, bread and salt for the guests. We know how much they like their bread and salt for their guests.
Why all this? If they mean to betray us.
Bread and salt would mean we're protected by guest right.
He's testing us, seeing what we're made of.
I don't know if I should eat any of this. Side door. Ironwood shield. I'm trusting Gwyn.
Mother, look at
I'm,
these.
but I'm gonna hope that my trust is
This
not
ironwood's
misplaced.
cracked.
I'm not surprised. The Whitehills were never any good at the craft.
Oi! Step away from that!
Okay, okay. Just looking around. What do you think, Mummy?
Are you all right, Mother?
I don't know what Ludd's planning, but I'm not leaving here without Ryan. Not when we're so close. I won't just turn and abandon him.
We came here for Ryan, and I mean to get him back.
I know you do. I hope it doesn't come at too great a cost.
Don't say things like that. Don't say things like that, Mummy. Okay, so we made our circle around the room. Sir Royland, what do you have to say, sir? Oh, we're going upstairs, not talking to Sir
That's far
Royland.
enough.
I didn't mean to go up the stairs. I was trying to go to Sir Royland. Okay, okay. Game. Sir Royland.
What's Lord Whitehill planning?
Bloodshed, most likely. We won't go down without a fight.
Just follow my lead, whatever happens.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that whatever happens is. Because whatever happens could be a lot of things. There's could be a lot of things that could happen. A lot of really bad things. No. Okay, that's not gonna open very well.
Roderick!
Oh, boy.
Welcome to High Point.
Lord,
My men say you've been acting a bit tense. You're not nervous, are you?
Robb Stark went to a feast, and look what happened.
And nothing like Walder Frey. And unlike Stark, you don't even have bodyguards.
Father, please. Can
Well,
we just
that's a
get on with
great way to
this?
start this.
Well? Why? You know,
Thank you,
your
Carson.
father once called High Point a keep for the gods. What stonework, he said. What craftsmanship. He wouldn't stop talking about it. If you ask me, I'd say he was envious.
High Point is very impressive.
It is. Compared to your pile of timber.
Blood, where's Ryan?
Always worried about your family, aren't you? Let's toast to family!
Oh.
Won't you toast with me, Roderick?
To
As a
justice.
symbol of our goodwill.
No. To justice.
To justice, then.
Oh, yes. No, don't drink the wine.
Now, I want to see Ryan.
And I want something too.
Of course, you always
The
do.
Ironwood business is thriving, Roderick. In fact, the Boltons want weapons faster than we can make them. And when Roose Bolton wants something, I like to give it to him.
So, in other words, you need our help.
Don't be so damn full of yourself.
Oh, is that how you're gonna
You
plan on making
foresters
negotiations?
are headed for destruction. Yet, you know more about Ironwood than any house in the realm. Would be a shame for all that knowledge to be lost. Help me craft ironwood for the Boltons, and I'll make sure you foresters survive.
as if he'd protect us.
If you think you can threaten
I'm
us...
not threatening. I'm offering.
We help you, you don't kill us. Is that it?
Roderick, this could save your house.
She's right. I'm throwing you a rope.
Or
Asking us
destroy
to
our
tight
house.
around our necks.
You see what I have to put up with.
Just give him time. I told you...
I offer you peace, and you spit at it.
No, I don't believe
offer
this.
you opportunity, and you call it extortion.
If it quacks
Need I
like a duck,
remind you,
walks like a
you
duck,
kiss my ring. Here's how it's gonna go, Roderick. Either you agree to my terms, or I'll have Griff tear Ironrath to the ground. He'll put it to the torch.
This isn't the way to
Then
get what
begin
you want.
slaughtering your small folk. Maybe he'll even make you watch.
Funny you should mention Griff. Have you heard from him lately?
What are you getting at?
He's locked in our darkest cellar along with your entire fucking garrison.
You didn't.
You've imprisoned my son.
I didn't kill
He
him.
was there by order of the Warden of the North.
I didn't kill him.
How could you?
I didn't kill
I'll
him.
gladly return him.
I didn't kill
My
him.
brother returns home.
We want Ryan back, and we want him today.
Bring the boy.
Ryan! Mother!
That was quick.
Roderick,
There's
you
something
came,
wrong.
Just like you said you would.
Oh gosh, I see this.
What are you doing?
You imprisoned my flesh and blood.
Here we are.
Mine?
Let him go!
He's not going anywhere.
Listen to her! I
Don't
swear
do
by the
this.
gods, if you
Milady,
hurt him...
get down! Let him go, or I'll have Griff
This is
killed!
not what we
Blame
agreed.
him, not me.
If you want to see Griff alive
You
again...
think I give two shits about Griff?
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
About my fucking fourth born?
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Oh,
Killed her right
Ryan!
because you Forresters never
I'm not
learn.
afraid of you.
Ryan!
Fucking murder him, Yank!
Yes.
Try it.
Ryan,
and you'll
seven
all die.
Help me!
Let him go!
Everyone,
I'll
Please!
kill you
Roderick,
myself!
do something!
Now, Roy!
Deal's over. Thank you. Oh, Sir Royland. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, that didn't go over very well. Did not go over very well. Oh wow! Really? Oh wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play, everybody. Looks like my story ends here. And I was so looking forward to playing episode 5 and 6 as well. Such a pity. Such a pity. Wow. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Let's watch Hart totally screw over the Foresters. We got what we paid for. Da 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 da. Wow. Well. Okay. Wow. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Wow. Okay, okay. Alright, alright. Let's see. You guys have a lot. Red wedding. Red wedding minus the wedding. Run. Teleport. Your pants, maybe the smell will draw them off. When is the fat a-hole gonna die? And the red wedding vibes need to stop. I refuse to drink the wine. I'm always terrified in scenes where we're having a supper with the enemy. I found those scenes very entertaining. I spit at peace. Please kill him. I was nicer with him. Worried now. Gave him a chance for an alliance, but that escalated quickly. Something, of course, gonna go wrong. I have a bad feeling. Oh, I love playing Ryan. It's hard, Roderick. It's hard to strike the right balance of wisdom and boldness. This is stressful. Playing this game is so ridiculously stressful. Attack. This is meant as an expression and not trying to persuade you to make a choice. I picked that option too. I have a question, Angel Art. So when you started to play Telltale's Game of Thrones, did you go back to the show? I have not, actually. I have not. But I'm still enjoying this game. Yes, shoot, Red Wedding vibes. Good game, Mark. Stop playing. Oh my gosh. It's the Red Wedding all over again. So that's what happens if you attack. Yeah, yeah. Uninstall. Holy Moses, I didn't know that could happen. Really, Hark? Really? Yes, Carson. Really? Really, Hark? Really? Come on, Carson. I told you, after me telling you that I don't get mad at your decisions, you don't, you know, you're gonna go and get mad at my decisions. Carson, really? That doesn't sound very fair to me. Well, that happened. I am Triggered. Good one, Darth Yoda. Oh, I'm glad you attacked. Sure you get, but it's nice to watch Lord Whitehill die. Wow. Didn't see that coming. No, I didn't see it. None of them saw that coming, apparently. I take back what I said. You must become a lord in training. That was an awesome scene to be... Yeah, that was tragic, man. Tragic. This is why I can't watch the show. Because stuff like that is the norm. And, oh my gosh. Congrats, Hark, you reenacted the Red Wedding. There's a video of this with Rains of Castamere song. I leave for 10 minutes, Hark. What did you do? Oh, gosh. Angel Arts, look what you did. You've got some splaining to do. I've never seen anyone actually get them all killed. Once again, I am the 1%. Once again, right here, folks. Angel Arts is in the 1% style. With soldiers, it's more bloody. Oh, gosh. Perhaps this is the premonition Roderick had just moments before, like from a certain movie. If this was a wedding, I would call this the White Wedding. That's true. I attacked as well, nearly cried when I thought everyone died. Well, everyone did kind of die. Roderick kind of reminds me of Daryl. I think this option shouldn't have been a game over choice. It kind of robs you of your power of deciding. I kind of agree with that, but... I do agree with that, but I also think that it makes things a little more realistic. Because sometimes, you know, the story doesn't continue depending on what decision you make. Sometimes the story just ends for you, unless you decide to click and continue. I wasn't getting mad, I was lolling. Well, thank you, Carson. You just enjoy giving me a hard time. This was cruel. I kind of wish they would do that Heavy Rain does, and an aspect that they're dead and move on. Yeah, that they're dead and move on with the story as if this was in a Game of Thrones or TV show. They so would. That would be really hard for them to do, I think, plot-wise. Yeah, I hope Lord Cannon's death goes exactly the same way. I was stressed and I'm not playing. My gosh, for those of you who are seeing this at the same, for the first time with me, my gosh, watching all of that happening, that was hard. That was hard to watch, guys. And a bit me, frozen. I was frozen today. I couldn't move. I couldn't intervene. If I was in that room, I would and I would get shot. I would get shot in the head, and yeah. Red Wedding mentions, and no one saw that coming. The show is even worse than that. Poor Gwyn. We did saw that coming. I'll to Sage Fox. We get to replay the scene. Even if you bring the soldiers along, you die anyway. I thought everyone was joking because of how trappy it felt. Give Hark another, the 1% reward. I wonder if in any school they put a play of Game of Thrones like Breaking Bad. Oh gosh, is there like a Breaking Bad the musical or Game of Thrones the musical? I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder if they have any school they would... Valar Morghulis means something like all men must die, right? She worked for peace but got a massacre instead. That decision made my day like, wow. I'm glad I can deliver. All men must die. Well, so did the lady. I don't know, I gladly play as Lord Talia. It was my choice to attack and I'd want to stick with that. I wonder how many... Yeah, that's true. Talia's left. Talia's going to have to be put into a mental institution after all of the death that she's been having from her family, one right after the other. That poor girl. Angel Arts, note to self, let Hark be my wedding planner when it comes to scenarios like that. Don't say that so close to my wedding, Carson. That's just cruel. I'm getting married in a month. Come on now. Your heart skips a beat as a first-time viewer. I was lucky enough to choose the best option the second time. Do it again. I'm not going to tell you. People could actually get killed in Game of Thrones. People would actually get killed in a Game of Thrones theater production. She would work with Arya. I wonder how many people would choose to attack. All right. How back...
If you want to see Griff alive
You think I give two shits about Griff? About my fucking fourthborn? I ought to kill you right now! Because you Forresters never learn.
I'm not afraid of you!
Can I fucking murder him yet?
Try it!
Ryan,
Hold
Let him go! Let him go!
I'll kill you myself!
Fine.
Fine.
I'll take your ironwood.
Fine.
If you make the trade. Come on, Lord. Things don't have to end this way.
I didn't want to call his bluff. You better not kill my brother anyway, because I'm gonna be so mad.
You're lucky I know mercy.
Oh, thank goodness. I could not stand watching another white...
Come here.
No! We'll make the trade on neutral soil. Griff for Ryan. A son for a son. Fine. Now, get the fuck out of my hall. And the gods have mercy on us both when the Boltons come for their ironwood. Now go.
I'm not gonna say anything to him. I'm just gonna stare him down.
I'm so sorry, Roderick.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I was this close to getting Ryan back.
Iron from ice!
Thank you, brother. This is so stressful. I'm gonna get an aneurysm from playing this game.
There it is. The East Watcher. Now listen up. None of those guards can live long enough to light that beacon. Because if they do, this invasion gets a whole lot fucking harder. Don't drop that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll need to take those two out first. How many men do you think are in there?
Hard to know for sure. At least 5, maybe more. To answer your question, too many to fight head on.
Is that a harpy?
Of course it is. Those golden tits are everywhere in this bloody city. If those guards light the rope, the fire travels up to the bowl, and the whole city will know we're here.
So we stop them.
Aye.
Come on, let's get moving.
Let's see how I'm gonna F up this next. Get everybody killed.
It's nothing. Just forget it.
No, we can't talk about it?
Is it Dazor? He's dead. You gave him what he deserved. Time to move on.
Not him I'm worried about. It's Croft. I hope he doesn't.
He probably will.
It's done now.
Yeah, you made your choice. Now, you made your bed, you're gonna have to lie on it. So, we'll see what happens.
I'll take it.
Kiss.
I've got the other one.
Just keep an eye on her.
I don't need him to watch me.
Hey, prove it.
What have you heard?
Just sit outside the gates waiting.
Okay, I'm going to... Let me take one more break, guys. I think this is going to be the very last break. Man, I'm still recovering from that Red Wedding scene. That was really hard to watch. I had a really, really hard time to watch that. I was like, Ryan is right there. And he was right there. And the game is teasing us, or the Whitehills are teasing us. He's like, no, we're not letting you have him yet. In solid neutral ground. And I'm like, ugh. I don't know if he's going to survive. I don't know if Ryan's going to survive. It's just... jeez. Okay, well... I think I gave people a good amount of time. Yeah, that scene was heartbreaking. That was hard for me. But we're gonna continue on and hope that we don't mess things up here.
She wants to scare us, but she won't do it. Not unless she's a fool. Mirin is not as...
Oh, Asher! Wow! Oh my gosh, Asher! Okay! Okay. Yeah, yeah, well...
We'll split up. One group will go high and try to climb over to the other side.
What about them?
That's why someone needs to stay down here. They get behind cover and shoot the men up top. Just don't let that one see you. So, which'll it be?
We've gone against what he went before. I think in good faith, we'll let Croft decide.
You want to be the leader, you decide.
I'll go over the top. You just make sure to clear the way.
Yeah, because I think Beskha already went over the top. Whoops, did I just say that? I'm sorry, Beskha. I love you. I love Asher a little bit more, though. I would rather that you don't give spoilers as much as possible, Elizabeta, unless there are subject matter that actually has to do with this story, like the Purple Wedding. The Purple Wedding was part of this story, so for the benefit of the people who haven't watched the show that are watching, I would rather that we didn't put those kind of spoilers
take care of him first.
In the chat.
He'll see you.
Come on. That was like the Mass Effect. No, it's like the Mass Effect grab and kill, almost. Almost. Yeah, this is definitely a Metal Gear Solid game in the making. I know you like her, Shogun. And I think that is adorabs. Left first, because I'm left-handed. Not necessarily Asher. What? He's like, what? Huh? What was that? That was hilarious. He was like, oh, huh. He just got shot and died.
I think he got the easy job.
Oh.
Not important. Keep moving.
Okay.
Quick. The guards on the roof.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
I'll get rid of them.
Got it. Go.
Okay, Ash. You and me, buddy. You and me, buddy.
No. It's too much.
What?
It's too much. You'll ruin it.
I know what I am doing.
It's a nice shot of his hiney, though. That's a nice shot of his hiney.
Well,
said you're a little rat.
Angel Arts, behave. Behave, Angel Arts. Eye on the prize. Not that prize, the other prize.
You will have it, but see how you like it.
Okay.
All clear down there?
Ooh.
Hey! You...
Well, that was pretty convenient. Oh, Asher! Wow! Asher!
Still up there. On the right.
I'm not worthy.
Now, and you'll be clear to secure the beacon.
I'm not worthy.
They break through. I'll keep them
He
busy.
does not mess around. Wow. Okay. 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 Alright.
We can finish this. Just look at them. 2 men. We've dealt with worse. Let's rush them and be done with it.
What about them?
You afraid of a couple of crossbows? We took on the Lost Legion by ourselves.
Stick to his
This
plan,
is
Beskha.
nothing.
I let you do it.
We end it.
I let you do it your way before. I can't do it
Me,
twice.
You, Croft. All of us.
Stick to his plan.
Don't you trust me?
We stick to Croft's plan.
I trusted you before,
Take
now
care
we
of
stick
them
to Croft's plan. Now you trust me. I trusted you, now it's your turn to trust me. Thank you. Thank you.
Ugh!